preliminary is around the corner, almost since it's preliminary, maybe in 2 weeks' time. So a lot of aspirants will be going through this exercise now. A huge number will write. So it's more an elimination test than a selection test. So can you share some ideas that we have 2 weeks' time before preliminary, what to look for or what to concentrate now? Starting with Ananya.
Sir, now it's less than, it's almost 2 weeks that are left for the prelims exam. So the first thing is that no new material should be read because it's very difficult to retain that new material. So revision is the only thing that should be focused on right now. And so other than mock tests, the last 2-3 months should be devoted completely to mock tests. And so there's a lot of there are a lot of things that go around that these many number of mock tests should be attempted. But I personally did not even focus on the number of tests that I was giving. I think the focus should be more upon how you attempt the test. Because after we attempt the test, we have to analyze that because prelims is all about guessing. You can't know out of 100 questions. It's very tough that you know even 30 to 40. You're completely sure about them. So for all the other questions, you either have 2 options out of which you have to guess one. So guesswork is a thing that you need to master upon when it comes to prelims. And so for that, the mock tests that you give, you should analyze, you should spend more time in analyzing that whether your guesses went wrong or right, and whether your technique of guessing is wrong or right. The number of questions that you should attempt, that is also very important, sir, because when I had started giving my mock tests in the beginning, I was attempting very few questions because I wasn't so sure. So I would attempt around 60 to 70 questions and my scores would drop considerably. But then later on, I understood that the game is about attempting more and more questions, taking a lot of risks so that you can afford to increase your score. So then I would attempt around 85 questions, and even in the final exam, I attempted around 85, 86. So the number is different for everybody because that depends on how strong your guessing game is. So to reach that number also, sir, mock tests have to be given and analyzed a lot. So right now, I think, sir, the best way forward is revision and mock tests.
Thank you. Ashish?
So adding to what Ananya said, sir, what I would do is I would, whenever I was solving a mock test, I would categorize my mistakes into different categories. Like, did I make the mistake due to lack of knowledge? Did I make it because I was not able to use whatever concepts I've studied properly? Third, was it simply due to lack of concentration? So then I would accordingly try to work on each of these reasons that whatever went wrong, so I would focus on those areas. So secondly, if there was any subject I was weak in, so I was especially weak in, I remember I was weak in geography. So I would try to revise geography more, try to watch videos of it, try and solve more mock tests. So by this way, I would cover my weak areas. And thirdly, so one more issue, what happens with mock tests is that because they have to sell their mock tests, so they'll make 40 mock tests, and 40 mock tests means 4,000 questions. So basically, they'll put anything and everything in the questions, and they may not exactly be according to the what the UPSC demands. So often, so if we only solve mock tests and don't look at previous year questions daily, so what happens is that one often overanalyzes and gets the question wrong. So overthinks and gets the question wrong. So in order to check that, what I would do 1 month before the prelims is I would solve the previous year question papers every day for half an hour. So this would ensure that I'm on the right track and I don't overanalyze and analyze only according to what the UPSC has asked. And so one more thing, what I would do is there are a lot of sections that which may not be given in the standard books, and on which there are 5 to 6 questions every in the UPSC. So these can be rivers, national parks, sanctuaries, reports. So similarly, by looking at the previous year questions, one can identify 5 or 6 such categories. So I would use the internet, and accordingly, I made my notes on all of these extra parts. So these help get an extra 3 or 4 questions right, so which can be a deal breaker in the prelims. And so apart from this, the main mantra is just revise and learn how to eliminate.